I'm trying to find who I am, and I'll lie to myself.
What's good, fam? Gamer Dad's back in the house. You know what it is. So, not a real warm reception to my Logic reactions, especially to Take It Back, which I'm not real surprised about. If anybody feels the same way about the song I do, I didn't like it. It wasn't my cup of tea. I did like a lot of his other stuff. I just not a big fan of that one. That one didn't get any views at all, almost. I don't know. So we are going to go back to NF, and we are going to continue the journey. Let's get into it, man. Before I do that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I drop. And drop a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Love y'all. Let's get it.
Insidious as blind inception. What's reality with all these questions? Feels like I missed my alarm and slept in. Broken legs, but I chase perfection. These walls are my blank expression. My mind is a home I'm trapped in, and it's lonely inside this mansion.
Yo, my mind is a house with walls, covered in lyrics, they're all over the place. The songs in the mirrors, written all over the floors, all over the chairs. And you get the uncut version of life when I go downstairs. That's where I write when I'm in a bad place and need to release, and let out the version of NF you don't want to see.
Let out the version of NF you don't want to see. I don't know what to say. I don't even know how to react to this, man. That's where I write when I'm in a bad place and need to release and let out the version of NF that you don't want to see.
I'm in a bad place and need to release and let out the version of NF you don't want to see. I put holes in the walls with both of my fists till they bleed. You might get a glimpse of how I cope with all this anger in me. Physically abused, now that's the room that I don't want to be in. That picture ain't blurry at all, I just don't want to see it.
Yeah, physical abuse. I remember every bit of it. Abuse in general, not physical, not just physical. Physical, emotional, verbal. I remember it all. Bet I can totally relate to what he's saying there. Wow. Okay.
Walls ain't blank, I just think I don't want to see them. But why not? I'm in here, so I might as well read them. I gotta thank you for this anger that I carry around. Wish I could take a match and burn this whole room to the ground. Matter of fact, I think I'ma burn this room right now. Somehow this memory for some reason just won't go down. To put me in the corner so you can see the
it's like, you know, burning that room to the ground, cover it up with a hobby. You get into music and start writing music, or do what a lot of people do and just use drugs, and you use those drugs to burn that room to the ground. But for some reason, that wall just won't come down, and I can totally see that. Like, as much as you try to cover up the bad things that happen to you, it's always going to be there. It's how you cope with it. It's how you move on. Like, I hear people talking about it all the time, about how rough life was when they were kids, and I'm like, I think a lot of us went through that, man. Like, it's, you know, I'm fucked up a little bit. I got some issues, but I haven't let it dictate how I am now. It definitely took a long time for me to grow up, but now that I'm grown, like, it doesn't affect who I am as a person. It never will. I let the people around me, my family, and my loved ones, help me be the best version of myself. And if you don't let them in and let them help you, then that's not a possibility. So it's, you know, it is all up to you. Whether you want to admit it or not, it's all up to you.
Then took me downstairs and beat me till I screamed and I cried. Congratulations, you'll always have a room in my mind, but I'ma keep the door shut and lock the lyrics inside.
Hell yeah, dude. Just like I said, man, it's always gonna be there, but I'm gonna do my best to forget about it. Like, it's always gonna come up. It's gonna come up.
Insidious as blind inception. What's reality with all these questions? Feels like I missed my alarm and slept in. Broken legs, but I chase perfection. These walls are my blank expression. My mind is a home I'm trapped in, and it's lonely inside this mansion. inside this mansion.
Yo, my mind is a house with walls covered in pain. See, my problem is I don't fix things, I just try to repaint. Cover them up like it never happened. Say I wish I could change. Are you
I don't fix things, I just try to repaint, cover them up like it never happened. Say I wish I could change. Are you confused? Yeah, dude, just like, instead of rebuilding, you just put some spackle on it and, you know, tell somebody, yeah, I can change, I can do it, and you know deep inside of you that you're not gonna change, dude. Some of us just are who we are, and you need to learn to live with that, but that doesn't mean that you can't learn to be a better person while being who you are, if that makes sense. I'm the same person I was when I was 18 years old. I've just learned to control and put my demons in check. And we all got them.
confused? Come upstairs and I'll show you what I mean. This room's full of regrets, just keeps getting fuller it seems. Moment I walk into, it's the same moment that I wanna leave. I get sick to my stomach every time I look at these things.
A room full of regrets, man. Like, things you wish you could, like, tell somebody about. But you feel like if you told somebody, like, they would never look at you the same. Because you can't even look at yourself the same when you think about it. Like, you get sick. Regrets on choices that you've made in the past. All kinds of regrets, man. Some of us let those regrets that we have, we let them make us not allow ourselves to have a good life. Like, we think that by having a good life that we're doing something wrong. You're not supposed to be living good, man. You're a piece of shit. Who do you think you are? Being happy, and then you self-sabotage.
But it's hard to look past when this is the room where I sleep. I look around, one of the worst things I wrote on these walls was the moment I realized that I was losing my mom. And one of the first things I wrote was I wish I would've called. But I should just stop now, we ain't got enough room in this song. And now I regret the fact that I struggle trying to find who I am. And I lie to myself.
Oh man, shit, NF, dude. Oh, you can't do that to yourself. I did it for a long time. I said after I lost my father that I just wish I would have called him and talked to him. We were fighting, and I won't get into it, but I wish I would have called. And you can't do that to yourself, man, because you can't fix that. You can't take it back. You can't rewind time. Oh, God damn it.
First things I wrote was I wish I would've called. But I should just stop now, we ain't got enough room in this song. And I regret the fact that I struggle trying to find who I am. And I lie to myself and say I do the best that I can. Shrug it off like it ain't nothing, like it's out of my head. And get ticked off whenever I see it affecting my plans. And I regret watching these trust issues eat me alive. And at the rate I'm going, I'll probably still be there when I die. Congratulations, you'll always have a room in my mind. The question is, will I ever clean the walls off in time?
Insidious as blind inception. What's reality?
Wow,
with all
man.
these questions? Feels like
That
I
got
missed
me.
my alarm
That
and
got me.
slept in. Broken legs, but I chase perfection. These walls are my blank expression. My mind is a home I'm trapped in, and it's only inside this mansion. Inside this mansion.
So this part of my house, no one's been in it for years. I built the safe room and I don't let no one in there. Cause if I do, there's a chance that they might disappear and not come back. And I admit, I am emotionally scared to let anyone inside, so I just leave my doors locked. You might get other doors to open up, but this door's not. Cause I don't want you to have the opportunity to hurt me. And I'll be the only person that I can blame when you desert me. I'm barricaded inside, so stop watching. I'm not coming to the door, so stop knocking. Stop knocking. I'm trapped here. God keeps saying I'm not locked. I chose this. I am lost in my own conscience. I know that shutting the world out ain't solving the problem, but I didn't build this house because I thought it would solve them. I built it because I thought that it was safer in there, but it's not. I'm not the only thing that's living in here. Fear came to my house years ago. I let him in. Maybe that's a problem, cause I've been dealing with this ever since. I thought that he would leave, but it's obvious he never did. He must have picked a room.
That's just it. You do let that fear in. That fear of rejection, that fear of somebody finding out who you really are and then deciding that they don't want to be part of your life anymore. So you hide who you are. You know, that joke about how you on the first date you don't get the person you're dating, you get their sales representative. But with some of us, that's who you have all the time. And just every now and again, the real one comes out, and you're scared to let him out because you're afraid that somebody might not accept you for who you really are.
I'm trapped here. God keeps saying I'm not locked. I chose this. I am lost in my own conscience. I know that shutting the world out ain't solving the problem, but I didn't build this house because I thought it would solve them. I built it because I thought that it was safer in there, but it's not. I'm not the only thing problem, cause I've been dealing with this ever since. I thought that he would leave, but it's obvious he never did. He must have picked a room and got comfortable and settled in. Now I'm in a position, it's either sit here and let him win or put him back outside where it came from, but I never can. Cause in order to do that, I'd have to open the doors. Is that me or the fear talking? I don't know anymore.
Well, I'm assuming it's over. There is 5 seconds left. Wow, that's not what I expected. Especially with the name Mansion. It was way too relatable. That was hard. That was a hard one for me to watch. I almost want to re-record it because I feel kind of stupid, but I might as well just leave it in. It is what it is. Y'all got my honest reaction. Love y'all. Peace out, man.